How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So first of all, thank you so much for accepting the invitation of this live. We're honored to have you on board. It's fantastic
Thank
to
you
have
for
a
having
conversation with
me.
you.
Thank you for having me. I think we've been trying to do this for a very long time. I'm so glad
Yeah,
we got to do it finally.
exactly. So this is our 25th live for this year's edition of
Oh,
Miss World. So before you, I had the honor to interview 24 queens, and
yeah.
I'm loving this experience with this
I
Instagram
can
live.
see that I can see that you are enjoying it.
What was your reaction when you got to know that India is hosting Miss World?
Well, I was really happy, over the moon, because I think I have talked about this before, that I have a really special bond with India when it comes to Miss World. My first introduction to Miss World happened because of Aishwarya Rai, Miss World 1994. I mean, of course, she was introduced to me as a Bollywood star, but when I saw her, I was like, who is this? And then my mom was like, that is Miss World 1994. And that's how I got to know that there's something called Miss World. And then later, Manshu Chilla won Miss World in 2017. Again, that's when I was inspired to join Miss World to represent my country. Again, a queen from India. And then in 1999, the year I was born, Miss World was from India. And finally, when I get to represent my country, it's happening in India. It's surreal how I feel.
It's amazing, that you have that Indian connection throughout your journey, like when you got, about pageantry.
Yes,
And then now, when you're representing your beautiful country, Sri Lanka, at Miss
yes,
World, so it is in India. So it's amazing.
yes. It's like next door, so I'm very excited to come and visit India.
Exactly. And, I have the same reaction because when I got, that India is hosting Miss World this year, so I was way more than excited because last year when it was in India, in Mumbai and
Yes,
Delhi, so I had gone in to watch the pageant live from the venue and to meet all the contestants and to meet
yes.
Julia Morley as well.
Oh,
So
that's
when
nice.
I got to know that India is hosting again, I was like madly excited. I
Yes.
called my brother and I was telling him that let's go to Starbucks and have coffee and let's discuss about,
Wow, you were that
72nd Miss World.
excited.
Yeah, because last year I had an amazing
Mhm.
experience in Mumbai and Delhi at Miss World. Like, to meet all the contestants whom you have interviewed on Instagram Live and to meet
Oh,
Julia Morley and all the celebrities,
oh,
it was an amazing experience.
wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah. All right. So, talking about next question. So, have you talked to your fellow contestants as of now? Like, because pageantry is also about sisterhood and friendship. So,
Yes.
have you talked to your fellow contestants?
Yes, I think we have a beautiful friendship already, though we have not met. Something that I always think is that only one lady will win, and may the best lady win at the end of the day. But when I come home after the competition, I will have at least one friend from almost, every country in the world. I don't think that's a flex that anyone else will have that easily. So I'm very grateful for all the friendships and the bonds that, and also the memories that we will create,
Yeah.
because I know no matter what happens at the competition, those memories will last forever. That is something that I will take with me when I go back. Yes,
Exactly, exactly. Pageantry is also about friendship.
yes.
And last year, the contestants had a wonderful time at Miss World. Like, I was actually surprised to see the level of friendship between them. And I
Because
remember,
people don't expect women to be that friendly too. They always expect catfights and all. But I
yeah,
feel like female friendships are so beautiful, especially in pageantry.
exactly. Like, I was blown away with the level of friendship I saw last year because I remember last year when I was talking to Miss World Finland. She's a
Yes.
very good friend of mine, and I think it was before the finals of Miss World. I think it was the head-to-head challenge round day, and
Okay.
I was talking to her, and she was telling me that the environment was so competitive. All the girls were giving their 100%, 1000% because beauty with a purpose and head-to-head challenge is a very important round of Miss World.
Yes.
And she was saying that the environment was so competitive, everyone was so fierce, yet they were supporting each other the loudest, they were
Yes.
cheering for each other the loudest. So that is the beauty of pageants.
True.
It is competitive, but yet it is full of friendship and beauty.
Definitely. Definitely. I agree.
Exactly. So, all right, like, we can't wait to see you in India, and I hope that you will have a blast in India and have a
I'm
wonderful
looking
time
forward to
during Miss
it.
World. Exactly. All right. So talking about Beauty with the Purpose project, we all know this thing that BWAP is the most important round at Miss World. So would you like to elaborate about your BWAP to everyone?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me now? To elaborate about it?
Uh,
This connection issue,
yeah,
I
that's
guess.
better. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
All right. I was saying that BWAP is a very important part of Miss World.
Yes.
So would you like to elaborate about your Beauty with a Purpose project you have done?
Yes. So my Beauty with a Purpose project is focused on period poverty in Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, period poverty is a huge issue. I think coming from India, you will also understand, especially in South Asian countries, we have this pressing issue.
Yeah.
So basically, I founded a non-profit organization on my own called Saheli to combat period poverty in Sri Lanka. We work on four pillars. First is donations. We donate reusable pads, we donate disposable pads, and whatever that the women and the girls that we are working with are comfortable with. And secondly, we work on awareness programs as well because we believe awareness is key to know what's happening inside your body from a very young age, what periods are,
Yeah.
and how to maintain your hygiene. And even for older women, we talk about menopause and contraception, sexual health, all these topics. And the third pillar is sanitation facilities. There are schools in Sri Lanka, they don't have basic facilities like water or washrooms to clean themselves during their periods. And what they do is they skip schools on those days just to, be comfortable. And they miss schools and they miss their, education, everything. And the fourth pillar is policy recommendations. So in Sri Lanka, the tax rate on sanitary napkins is 51.07%. And that's even more than the tax we have on things like gold and silver, those non-essential items.
Yeah.
So I also met the Prime Minister of my country to talk about this tax issue, to talk about tax reductions and the urgent need we should like actions that we should take to take necessary policy recommendations. So those are the things that we basically do during like with my Beauty the Purpose project. And other than that, we also work with people in prisons and in monasteries and in postpartum recovery centers. So not just schools, we also work with people that don't really get the attention from the society as well. So that is basically what's happening in my Beauty with the Purpose project.
Oh my goodness, it's an amazing initiative, and I
Thank you
think
so
you are
much.
using and utilizing the best of your
Thank
platform. And
you so
kudos to
much.
you and your team for that. And you said it very well that it is very important that period poverty is very crucial issue, not just
Yes.
in Sri Lanka, in India, in Nepal, in all the South Asian countries,
Yes.
because it is not addressed that much. Though
True.
we are in a time where people have started addressing that, but it is not sufficient enough,
Yes.
right? And talking about this issue, I think it's a global issue as well because
Yes.
period poverty is something that, I, according to my knowledge, I think 70 or 80% women are
Uh-huh.
not ready to talk about it because
Oh, yes.
they think that it is something that we shouldn't talk
Yes.
about, and they
It's like a
sometimes feel
taboo.
ashamed. Exactly, exactly. They feel sometimes ashamed about it,
Yes.
like to talk about it. But I think the time is changing, and we should also change. And you are doing an amazing job for that.
Thank you so
Kudos to you.
much. I appreciate it.
Exactly. And I think this project will go very far in the competition. So, or I should say that you might win the video break round as
Oh,
well.
that's wonderful to hear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we just got the edited document of my Beauty with a Purpose project, and I cannot wait to share it with all of you to see what you guys think about it.
That's amazing. And if you need any help regarding your video break, you can just message and ping us. We will be there to help you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Moving on to the next question. So, besides BWAP and head-to-head challenge, there are certain rounds at Miss World, like sports challenge, top model challenge, national costume, dance of the world. So, which one is your favorite round among all?
Obviously, beside Beauty with a Purpose, that is like my most favorite
Yeah.
challenge or the segment of Miss World. Other than that, I'm quite excited for head-to-head challenge as well, and also talent because I feel like we will get to see a different part of all the contestants. We are all like having makeup on and hair fix, but when it comes to the talent round, there will be good dancers, singers, and other talent items. So I'm excited for that as well. I mean, I'm excited for everything. I'm not saying that I will be, like I will have exceptional talent in each segment, but I know that I will try my best and I will enjoy each segment of Miss World.
You will get to know the talent of all the contestants. And I do feel that talent round is going to be very
Yes.
amazing and very
Yes.
competitive this year as well.
Yes. Let's see.
Yeah. And I do think that there are so many singers in your batch. I mean, like, there are so many queens who can sing very well in your
Hmm.
batch.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see the talent round
I'm very
specifically.
excited to see that as well.
Yeah. All right. So I got this question from one of the Sri Lankan pageant page. And the question is, have you shortlisted your evening gown as of now? And if yes, so would you like to share some information about it?
Something about my evening dress.
Yeah, something about your evening gown. Like, have you shortlisted that?
I, yeah, actually, we are working on it. But I think you should wait and see how it's going to look. We're still working on it, but I am pretty sure that it will look amazing because we are working with, like the top designers in Sri Lanka. But a small hint, The same designer who designed my evening dress for the national finale, she's the same person who's designing this evening dress as well. So yes,
That's amazing. And I think evening gown is also around that I'm very excited to see
yes,
because you will see the world's best creation on one single stage, and that is the best part, you
yes,
know.
definitely.
All right. So, talking about India and Sri Lanka, so we share a very special bond
Yes.
in terms of culture, in terms of everything, because we are neighbors. So, have you shortlisted some sort of food items that you will be having in Telangana?
Sorry, I couldn't, I wasn't really clear about it.
Okay, so have you shortlisted some of the food items that you will be having in Telangana?
All right. My favorite cuisine is Indian. Specifically North Indian, South Indian. I mean, I enjoy anything, but
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of butter chicken and naan. I mean, in my Miss World information sheet, they have asked for the most favorite, food, and I wrote butter chicken and naan. That is one of, not one of, actually my most favorite food ever. Like, I will never get sick of it. And other than that, even South, since we are going to South India, I believe I will get to enjoy South Indian food as well. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to try everything.
Exactly. And I think you all will be having the best of Hyderabad. That is Hyderabadi biryani.
Biryani.
Uh, so I think you will all enjoy that. And as for my information, I think during the welcome dinner
Yes.
in Hyderabad, you will be served with Hyderabadi biryani.
Excited. I mean, I'm dying to try. I actually almost forgot that, they have Hyderabad biryani. That's the most important part of Hyderabad. I'm excited to try it out.
Yeah, that's what we're amazing. And even I'm also waiting to come to Hyderabad and have it during Miss World. I mean, like, I have never tasted Hyderabadi biryani,
You have never?
and it is also gonna, no, never. And I have never been to Hyderabad.
Oh,
Like, this was my first time in
all
Hyderabad,
right.
so I'm excited.
Let's try it together.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to the next
Yeah.
question. Um, so again, there are so many rounds at Miss World, and to represent your beautiful country at Miss World, that is the biggest pageant in the world, because
Yes.
more than 120 countries are going to participate, and it's a huge number. So how are you maintaining and handling the pressure of representing Sri Lanka at Miss World?
I mean, how I'm going to represent my country, yeah?
I mean, like, how are you handling the pressure of
Oh,
representing Sri Lanka at Miss World? Because it's a huge responsibility to represent.
yes, it is. Well, I believe, first of all, Sri Lanka is not a very dominant powerhouse when it comes to pageantry. We have to admit that. We have never won Miss World before, and we have a very limited amount of titles when it comes to international pageantry field. But I believe every year we send a representative. That means we remain hopeful no matter what happens. So I think everybody's relying on me and they're rooting for me. I mean, sometimes I feel like, yeah, there's pressure. What would happen if I don't, meet the expectations they have on me? But again, I feel like pressure is also privilege. To have that pressure, it's a privilege. Because if someone is pressurizing you like that, that means that you have something in you, right? I'm so excited to represent Sri Lanka at Miss World. And I really hope that I get to do what they are expecting me to do. Yes, let's see.
And I think you will do an amazing job
Thank you
because you're
so
coming
much.
very strong for your BWAP and your advocacy is very strong. And I think you will do a wonderful job at Miss World.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You're very
All
clear.
right, all right. All right. So yeah, I was just saying that you will do an amazing job at Miss World, and your advocacy is very strong. Your BWAP is fantastic, and I
Thank
do
you.
feel that you are a very Miss World prototype queen. So yeah, we are excited to watch your journey.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me again. I mean, this is a huge opportunity for me to share my advocacy, my Beauty with a Purpose project. And thank you so much again.
It's our pleasure. So we have some sort of few questions, last
All
questions
right.
for you as well. Few last questions for you. So these questions are some pageant questions which were asked during the previous editions of Miss World.
All right.
So the very first question is, which profession deserves the highest salary and why?
In my opinion, I believe every profession, whatever that profession is, if they're doing it without cheating or lying, without using any other, illegal ways, and if they give their best, I think every profession deserves the highest salary because we cannot really create a hierarchy in that area because whatever that you do, that job is the best job for you, right? Imagine that I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
Teaching is the best thing that I can do. That's the best thing that I will ever do. And if there's a doctor, that profession is very important for that person. So I believe, if, like I said, any profession, if they do their best, I think they deserve the highest respect and highest salary.
That's an amazing answer because I have asked this question to many queens, and this is the first time I'm having this sort of answer.
Oh, thank you so
So
much.
that's a wonderful answer. Wonderful
Thank you.
answer. And I was talking to one of my team members, and because we saw your videos on your page,
Yes.
Instagram page, where we were talking and we were speaking. So I was talking to them, and they were saying me that Miss Sri Lanka is very Miss Sri Lanka is coming very strong with the question part, very speaking
Wow.
part because the way she speaks, it's sounding very sweet and very sober and very kind of innocence in her speaking.
That's so
And I
nice
think
to hear. That's
yeah,
such a nice compliment. Thank you.
and yeah, I was he was telling me also that if she wins Miss World, so just imagine we will have that kind of innocence in speaking throughout her year
Oh,
as the Miss World.
I'm melting, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I do agree with him that I think you are coming very strong with the Q&A part because I think for Q&A it's very strong to be relevant. It is very
Yes.
important as well to have very clear in your mind that what you want to speak and what you want to
Yes.
say. So yeah, you are coming with very strong with that. All right. So we have one funny question for you before
Yeah.
I ask the next question. So the question is, do you have hobbies and did you have any kind of funny incident while performing your hobbies? For example, I love cooking. I can cook very well. But when I started cooking, so I had so many blunders in the kitchen that I was banned for 2 weeks by my mom to enter the kitchen.
I
So did you have
don't
any
think I
kind
have
of funny incident?
something funny, but it's not related to hobbies. But I think I talked about this before in another interview that I did with the Sri Lankan, I can't remember channel or something. Oh, it's with EFF. So, anyways, did you hear about my 119 call story with my father? I think that's one of the funniest things that has ever happened to me. So, my father works in the police, and you know that 119 in Sri Lanka is the emergency line.
Yeah.
So, I get the idea that you directly get to contact a police officer. So I was about 6 years old and I wanted my father to bring something, some sweets or something. And of course, as a 6 year old child, I don't remember his number. And I will like, okay, I don't have a number. So what should I do? And I dialed 119 and I asked my father, like, hello, in Sri Lanka, in Sinhalese, we call Apache, like that's the name for father. And I'm like, yeah, can I call Apache? And that's one of the funniest things that has ever happened to me.
Oh,
And my mom was like, you are never touching the phone again.
number, your father's number. So I got it like where the story is going.
Yes. Yeah, I was a funny child.
That's amazing. All right. So we have few last question for you, and the next question is, as a beauty queen, you must have received some sort of criticism, some
Yes.
sort of cyberbullying during your journey. Right now, you are getting the support and love to represent your country, Sri Lanka, at Miss World.
Yes.
But as a beauty queen, you must have received some sort of criticism
Yes.
during your journey. So how would you inspire young boys and girls to not mind the criticism that we get on social media?
I think the very first time that I was exposed to that kind of criticism in my life was after winning Miss World Sri Lanka, because that gets you a lot of exposure and you're exposed to a huge audience. And of course, not everybody is going to like you. And yeah, of course, I was subjected to hate comments and sometimes comments about my appearance, the way I talk, what I do, almost everything. And when I won, I was about 24. And of course, I was Miss for Sri Lanka for any other person in Sri Lanka, but to me, I'm just a 24-year-old girl who goes through life for the first time. And it was really harsh on me. And I remember for some time I was quite depressed. And I think I have to be very authentic and real about this without saying that I was very happy no matter what happened. I was depressed. I was quite stressed about it all the time. But after some time, I realized that these are the things that we cannot control in life. I think key to happiness in life is controlling what you can control and letting go anything that you cannot control. Like what I do for Miss World, how I prepare myself, and my beauty with a purpose. Those are the things that I can control. What other
Yeah.
people think of me, what they say about me, I cannot control that. And the good news is that I don't have to control it. So I feel like there's anyone who is listening to this right now who is going through something similar. I just want to say you're perfect the way you are, and you don't have to listen to anyone else. Everyone will have opinions, and we cannot change that because they have a voice. They can use it for both good and bad, but it's up to us. We can just ignore and move on and just control the things that you can control and forget everything else.
Again, that's a wonderful answer, and I couldn't agree more that it is very important to control what we have in our control and forget the things that we don't have in our control. And I
Yes.
can relate to your answer because, when I started Glamour of Pageant this page, I was trolled for no reason. Just imagine that I'm like, you are a public figure when you won Miss World Sri Lanka, right?
Yes.
But when I opened this page, I was still trolled because people told me that pageantry is not for male, it is not for boys out there.
Wow.
And though again it's a stupid thing, but still, people were telling me this thing. And one of the trollers messaged me on my personal ID that you should stop this page, otherwise I'm gonna report
Wow.
it. And
Really, I'm so sorry that you had to go through it.
yeah, I was like, and it was just 1 week of me opening this page. And just imagine in the first week of this page,
Wow.
I got this comment. And I remember that day I replied to that troll and I just said him that hey, I hope you're doing well. But when I have the whole world to conquer, I will not mind an opinion of fly sitting on the wall. I
Definitely.
just
So
replied
proud
him
of
back.
you. So proud
Yeah,
of
and
you.
yeah, I was just because I knew this thing very well in my mind that what I have to do with this page. Like
Yes.
I was very clear with my purpose. So yeah, I just replied that person that reply, and here I am now. We are about to complete 2 years of glamorous
Wow.
pageants, and I'm
Congratulations.
so
That's a
happy.
huge milestone. So proud of you. I mean, I remember when I won also, there were comments saying, let alone Miss World, a pageant fan page wouldn't even acknowledge her. And right now I'm doing this interview with one of the most, well-known pageant pages in the world. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And I'm so proud of you and how far you have come to.
Yeah, and like again, thank you so much for that. And this page has given me so many opportunities, like attending Miss World last year, just because of this page. And
Yes,
for me, it's a big achievement because it is not easy to go to Miss World as a viewer as well. So I was very happy. And yeah, I think we should just go ahead with what we want to achieve and let the
definitely.
people say about it.
Definitely. I agree.
Exactly. So we have the last question for you, and I hope that you will get an opportunity to answer this question. So the question is, why should you be the next Miss World?
I think I should be the next itself was not something that I was going to finish off. Just think, this is a question that I got in the national finale as well. I start from that; it's easy to carry on. So I was asked, would you stop your Beauty with a Purpose project if you do not win Miss World Sri Lanka? And our finale happened on the 29th of July 2024. And my response was, yeah, the finale will be, done and dusted by the 29th of July, but period poverty won't end on 29th of July. It will continue. It will continue if we don't take action. So that point onwards, I realized I should not stop what I started. And same with Miss World as well, because this is not something that I started just for Miss World. This is something that I started after completing my research in women's rights in the university. So I believe even if I don't win Miss World, I will still carry on this legacy. I will still carry on this project forever. And I believe that is exactly what a true beauty queen should be doing. It shouldn't be tied up to a title. And like what really makes you a queen is how you treat other people and what you do with your voice, what you do with the platform that you've been given. So I believe I will do that even if I don't win Miss World. And I believe that's what makes me a perfect Miss World, I think.
That's an amazing answer. Like I was getting goosebumps when you were telling about that 29th of July part.
Oh,
I mean,
thank you
like
so
it's
much.
an amazing answer. And I think if this would have been the final question at Miss World this year,
Oh,
you would have
yes, I
won the
agree.
first crown for Sri Lanka.
Sorry?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I was saying that if this would have been the final question
Yes.
at Miss World this year, and if you
Yes.
enter top three this year, I think you would have won the crown for the first Miss World crown for Sri Lanka.
Oh my God, that gives me goosebumps. Like, you've never won Miss World ever, and I'm so excited if I can, make it happen.
And I can proudly say to others after that, after a victory, that I had the honor to interview the winning Miss World.
And like, coincidentally, I'm the 25th person you interviewed for this, right?
Oh yeah, like I'm getting like last year, I interviewed just nine queens. It was just nine, and because after that I think the pageant started and the queens were busy, and that is understandable as well. But this year we have reached 25 number, and I'm amazed about it.
And you will actually be able to continue more. I mean, we have still 2 weeks to go, and you can make it
Yeah,
30.
let's see. I hope so. All right. So we are done with all the questions from my side, and before we end this live, we are going to do one last segment, and that is what if you win. So what I'm going to do right now, I will announce this thing that Miss World 2025 is Sri Lanka, and you have to give your winning reaction.
Oh my.
Like, how will you react on stage if you win Miss World this year?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new Miss World is Sri Lanka. That's
I
amazing,
don't know
and that
what
would
I
be
will
amazing
actually
if
do
you
there,
win.
but
Probably you will cry on stage.
yeah, of course. I mean, I'm a crybaby. I will cry, at any moment. It could be something happy, it could be something sad, but I will quickly bounce back though. I can be very emotional, but I will never let it, like rule me and my entire life. I will definitely cry though, but I think I will cry if I win Beauty with a Purpose for sure.
Yeah. I think that is also equivalent to winning the Muscle Crown to win the Bit with the Purpose project.
Definitely.
Yeah, because remember, I like when Brazil won last year,
Yes.
BWP. So I remember she was crying on the stage. I mean, like,
That was an amazing Beauty with a Purpose project. She has done so much. I
yeah,
remember she was crying. I remember.
yeah. So yeah, like that's all from my side for this interview, and we wish the best of luck to you for your
Thank
journey
you
at
so
Miss World.
much.
It was amazing talking to you, and I can't wait to meet you personally in Hyderabad for Miss
Same
World. That's gonna be
here, same
amazing.
here. Thank you so much again for having me. My first, live program with the pageant page regarding Miss World was with you, and I'm very honored.
It's our honor as well, and all the best for Miss World. We can't wait to have an amazing conversation with you when we meet. And if you need any help regarding your BW, you can just message us.
Sure.
And yeah, it was lovely talking to you. Have a good day
Thank
ahead.
you
Bye bye.
so much. Bye.